Yeah, this kid, Ken Carson, look what he did to his body. Right? And people are like, whoa, what the symbol's evil. No, every symbol, everything is from God, even that symbol. It's the intention of putting it that opens you up to this portal, right? The intention is around the symbol that they're fused. That's what's evil about it. This bitch is
the North
cooking.
Star proves that the Earth is flat
Crazy
and not
eyes,
moving,
but
and I'm going
cooking.
to tell you how it's actually biblical. First,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a clip of the stars all circling around Polaris.
Hit it, bitch.
Polaris does not move ever. If we're truly spinning at 66,600 miles per hour...
666, that's what you believe? Really? You fucking Christians who believe in a globe? God, you're so stupid. You know what's even sadder is how many groypers, a lot of groypers are flat earthers, I love them, right? Like immediately we click, but my Dark Maga loved them. But there's a lot of groypers that they're not globalists, they don't believe in the globe, but they don't want to talk about it. They go, no, that makes us look bad. And I'm like, really? Deepening someone's bond with their creator makes your movement look bad? You stupid fuck.
While also circling around the sun, while also our entire galaxy is apparently like getting thrown through space at all times. Why does Polaris never ever move? Every other star moves except Polaris. Many biblical theories think that Polaris is actually God's throne room, and I'm about to blow your mind. But this is artwork of what we think God's throne room looks like. Pay attention to the green here, and it says in scripture that his throne room was like emerald crystal. Now let's watch.
If you've ever had a psychedelic experience, and that doesn't mean from drugs, you can have it in many different ways. Yeah, you'll see that. You'll see that. Very different though. More like fractals. You'll see different patterns. It's called eagle vision. If you've ever had this, where because these guys who accuse me of like this sounds like Gnosticism and stuff. If you've never had a direct spiritual experience, just wait till you're like 28, 29. You go through some shit. You will, right? It'll usually be through a dream or a vision or even a daydream that's very vivid. For some people, it's like at the peak of exhaustion when they're doing something. For some people, it's at the peak of bad news. It's different for everyone how the valve releases. But when you see it, it's called ego vision. And you pretty much see the river of time. And you see the future and the past from an ego's point of view. Right? Where you're seeing both sides. And then it all gets taken from you like a dream when you wake from it. But if you have 1 second of that vision, bro, you have infinite, for the rest of your life, you have confidence to keep moving forward. And I feel so bad that people burn themselves out with their spirit. These are spiritual junkies that they go for unearned wisdom and they just take shrooms and shit to try and see it. And that never ends up right. Because you got to remember that in the ancient mystery temples, when they would, for the sacraments and for the shrooms and the mixtures and the psychedelics they would take, and they level you up as they go, they were talking about sacred geometry and all sorts of stuff that prepped you for these kind of visions. Nowadays, you're just doing it with some junkie on a couch. You're about the fucking unearned wisdom is fucking the darkest road you could take. That's why I hate people who take psychedelics and stuff, But I'm saying you guys, a lot of you guys, like I remember I talked about this and people don't realize. By the time you guys are young, by the time you guys are 28, you're gonna have a mystical experience for sure. It's gonna happen to you. Like that's a long time on Earth to not have it. And there's certain colors you're gonna see and shit. And I'm making the argument that the Bible's always right. Like you'll always go back to the sad thing is that there are people who have seen a globe Earth through their psychedelic experiences. That's how I know they're not genuine. These are dark experiences they're having, right? Your brain should be prepped with the truth before you bend it and warp it in your head.
Watch a video of Polaris through a telescope. We're nowhere near done yet. There is so much more. When you look
love flat Earth,
Polaris
love it.
Come from, the root
Every
word
morning,
means
coffee and
heavenly.
flat Earth.
And remember, all throughout history, we had sailors and just people in general following the North Star for guidance. You always know to find the North Star, and it's the brightest star in the sky. So let's go back to the throne room.
Psychedelics are for homos. Weed is for homos. True.
For a second. If the throne room is the North Star, which I personally do believe it is, I want you to notice these colors.
Appreciate you.
And the North Star sits directly
They
over
donated $5.
Oh, we have TTS?
Test. Spizzen.
Let's go.
Does anyone remember the natural phenomena that occurs around the North Pole? This blew my mind. Look at the colors.
I can also kind of debunk her too, where there's a lot of texts that say that the devil's in the north. But I'm just saying.
Of the Northern Lights, the throne room.
I don't want to be those Christians who, like, anyone know what I'm saying here? Have you noticed most Christians, they find everything satanic? Like, what is up with that? I think that the biggest turnoff from Christianity is the spirit of the times, and the spirit of the times is atheist. And so it makes every Christian actually not believe it, and they leak it when they talk by calling everything satanic, right? Like, I've had Christians tell me that girls who play with crystals are satanic, and I'm like, do you know that the dude who was highest level on this crystal magician stuff, do you know, Sneeko's the dumbass, yes, Sneeko's the idiot who said girls who play with crystals are satanic. Are you fucking retarded? This is how stupid you are. The dude who knows more about crystal technology and all that kind of stuff, that occult stuff, the dude who knew the most of it, the name I'm forgetting right now, but just Google it, he invented these computer chips that you use every day. Computers are made with these fucking crystal technology. So the girl playing with the crystals in the bedroom is the same as you playing on your computer. That's why it's like, I hate when people are like, if you say, no, she's satanic, it's like infinite license for you to stay on your computer all day. No, my dude. Look how the computer technology was made. Look at, your phone has a bitten apple. So don't point to some dumb bitch playing with crystals, because as soon as you do that, Christians start to run away from their own faith. They go, wait a minute, a crystal in my room is making me evil? Like, bro, get the fuck away from that stupid logic.
And then Polaris. They're all the exact same colors. We used to have these Georgia guidestones, and in one of the
she even knows
stones
about the
was this
guidestones.
little
Let's go.
Channel, and basically it was directly over the North Star, and you could look through it at any point, and it just was always there because the North Star doesn't move. That's all that this did. In July 2022, someone randomly did this to the Georgia Guidestones. The very following year, our besties started pushing this narrative that the Earth's North Pole is shifting away from the North Star, as NASA was starving.
Imagine it was just like this, up in your eyes.
By Freemasons of the...
Let's go, baby girl. She knows.
And currently it's full of those same people. So, why would they be studying this? They somehow, from Earth, can figure out that the North Pole is tipping away from the North Star that's 33 trillion light years away. This is them trying to subconsciously program us to turn away from God, in my opinion. But wait, more. Here we have a very old flat Earth map, and this is what they thought the North Pole was. In Genesis, they talk about the Garden of Eden being where there was 4 rivers. Basically, they describe to a T
Rupus nigra
mass of land is, saying that this is Eden. If I am correct, and God's throne room is Polaris,
I love Eden.
Polaris sits directly above the North Pole, where it very closely matches the description of the Garden of Eden. And it makes perfect sense to me that the Garden of Eden would be directly under his throne room. Here's where it gets even funkier. Right in the middle is this landmass. Does anyone want to take a wild guess at what it's called? Black Rock.
Rupus nigra.
Sound familiar to
That's what
anyone?
it's actually called.
I don't think anybody's ever been to the North Pole. The only thing we know it for is for Santa
Bitch
and
is
his
cooking.
elves living up there. So not only is this a fictional magic character, but does anybody know the dark history of Saint Nicholas?
It's an anagram for
Nicholas
Satan,
and
right?
Krampus. Or the fact that they do exactly what the elites do to children. And we know that
Anytime you feel like everything's satanic, it's because it's through a human's lens of free will, right? Your eye is the moon, the other eye is the sun. You have the choice between soul and body, flesh.
Mason's goal is to distort and do the opposite of everything that God does. So they placed a magical children herder up where I personally believe God is, in the garden of celebrities and elite people like Cat Williams, and I believe Kevin Hart.
Guys, join Secret Society. This is all we talk about. This is the only content we hit up, right? Even when we go over dating, we add the esoteric in there. We're not learning how to bend a woman's mind through black magic, though. I get that question a lot. I didn't even know that there's that many people willing to be that evil.
Hart said it at one point.
Of
say
course
that
I
the
did.
North Pole is like lush
course I
greenery and tons of like forests and flowers and things like that. One might say, well, why would they lie? Why would they tell us that there was snow up there if there's not? The entire thing with
Tyson, I'm gonna do your
the reason that
thing.
they would lie to us is
Within a
because
couple
they're
days, I
covering the
will.
things that obviously
I owe you.
make the Bible
You're-
true.
you're awesome.
They hide things like this from us and then name massive evil megacorporations after them to laugh in our face and mock us. I don't know if I'm right about everything, but I just like to share my opinion, get your guys' feedback, see if
She's
anybody
cooking.
has anything
Bitch is cooking.
to add to it. Like I said, these are just my personal opinions, and I just wanted to give you guys some of the things that make me believe in what I do. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys already knew all of this, if I missed points, this video is for entertainment purposes only.
The Bible knows everything about cosmology and flat Earth.